I feel like I waste a shit ton of time. And I feel like that's where the momentum of the project comes in and really helps like carry you to do a bunch of work. Because I think I'm like anybody else, just I wouldn't fucking do it. Like I would just wait till the last second and like spend way less time. So I think, yeah, the weeklies, that one picture might have a few more little details, but that's where I think you go back to like the pixel fucking something where it's kind of like, it's probably fine like 3 hours ago. So that's kind of the reason I haven't sort of done that. I think it's different for everybody though. I think if you're somebody who's really interested in going freaking balls deep on one picture and just every little fucking thing being awesome, like that's super cool. Like that Cornelius Damish or whatever, you know, he spends months on a picture, but they turn out fucking amazing, and I could spend hours looking at that picture of all the details. So it's if that's what you're into, like, by all means do that. But me personally, like, it wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Were you working at the time when you started it?
Yeah, so when I started, the question was I working at the time of starting the Everdays? Yeah, so I was working at a web design place in Appleton, Wisconsin. And yeah, it was just like super fucking easy, like really shitty websites for like boring ass corporate, like a fucking travel agency thing. It was just super dumb. So but it was super easy. So I had like hours per day to like just teach myself this shit. So I, downloaded Cinema 4D, and at work I would sit there for hours and learn it and do everydays and shit like that. And I only like officially quit that job probably 4 years ago, not even 4 years ago. So I worked a long time doing freelance and that job until actually quitting. So yeah, I would definitely, I don't think, if you have a full-time job and you want to do every days, I mean, I would just kind of dial it in a little bit more at work. Not dial it in, phone it in. You just kind of, okay, we're good. So, career advice.
Could you point at something that perhaps really got that ball rolling and for getting these bigger jobs?
Honestly, I don't really ask you if there's any one project that got the ball rolling for bigger jobs. I honestly don't think there was. Like, I didn't have like one big, sort of this film like opened up all these doors or like viral hit or something. Like, I don't think any of the films or anything that I have more than like 1 million views. Like, there's nothing that's like super like this just blew up. It's kind of just been like slowly, sort of gaining followers, attention, whatever, over the course of 10 years. Like, when I started, this was before Facebook. I was just posting shit to my, website, and 5 people saw it, maybe on a good day, and so there was absolutely no attention. It was just trying to, get better at stuff. So it kind of, has all sort of snowballed from there. But I would say if there was one sort of tipping point, I would say it was starting Everydays, because from before then to like then, my like skill level definitely seemed like it went up quite a bit just from, learning stuff from Everydays.
Have you ever missed a day?
I have not missed a day, which I'm honestly quite surprised, to be honest. But yeah, I have not missed a day. There was one day where I did not post it before midnight because I was on a flight to South Korea, so I was totally like gone, and this is before the internet on airplanes anyway. So that day I did not post it in that 24-hour period, but I still did it on the plane, but other than that, no, I have not missed a day.
Did you ever have to be a project to control of you, since you had it done every day you had to do it?
Say it again?
Did you ever have the feeling that the project took control of you, that you had to do it?
Yeah, did I ever have the feeling that the project sort of like took control of me, that I have to do it? Yeah, 100%. Like, that's the whole like point of it, is the project is kind of making me do it now, because it's not like I wake up every day and I'm like insanely inspired, like, oh, I can't wait to do my everyday. Most of the days it's like, I gotta fucking do it. Like, I'd rather fucking watch TV and, like, do other shit. There's a million fucking awesome shows on. And I'm, like, so behind on everything. So, you know, I haven't even seen the fucking last season of Black Mirror. Everybody's freaking, you've seen this? It's like, no, I haven't fucking seen it, so don't talk about it. But, yeah, no, so I think it's definitely, that's where the momentum comes in to, like, help you sort of keep at it. But yeah, I do feel kind of trapped now, that it's like, I feel like if I were to, like, quit now, it'd kind of be like, oh, you quit? And the other piece of that, too, is, though, the whole reason why I kind of, like, started it was to get better at stuff. I was looking at other people's work, and it's like, shit, these fuckers are crushing me. Like, I gotta fucking get better. And that's still true today. Like, that's no less true. Like, now they're fucking, now the added bonus of it is, the people who are crushing me are fucking kids. Just get these fucking 19-year-olds, and they're just, oh my god, I saw so many people's fucking reels last night. It was like, Jesus fuck. So, yeah. That's the fun thing about getting older and doing shit. You get crushed by goddamn kids. So. Greatest creative influence in terms of other designers. There's so many people. There's so many freaking amazing people doing work. I super love Ashthorpe, G-Monk, Joshua Davis. I've been fucking following his work since goddamn college, the last 20 years or whatever. So that was amazing to be able to see him and meet him. But yeah, there's just been. And to be honest, there's a lot of times where I don't even know who the people that are making these images are, because you see a feed and it's just sort of like shit just shows up in your Pinterest feed and it's like, oh, this is fucking sweet. So sometimes it takes a while for me to even connect, like, oh, this person made all those like 3 different images that I saw that I like really like or connect with.
What do you do the days that you have no idea, like no inspiration, blank page?
That's most days. Like, that's what do I do when there's like no inspiration, blank page? That's seriously like almost every day. Like, it's very, very like rare that I wake up and it's like, oh man, I can't wait to do that every day. I'm gonna fucking crush it today. No, that's not the case. Like, today it was like, I don't know, like, what did I go back to? This fucking like, what is this thing that I've got here? Like some wires or some shit? I don't know. This is gonna be probably fucking, oh. I have no idea how to get that back. But anyway, you saw it. It was just some like wires and shit. Like, I think, having some idea going in through, Pinterest and Behance, it definitely helps if I like have some shred of a like, something to go off of. There's the times where I go off of, even if it's a shape or it's a color combination or like a rough, sort of composition that somebody else is seeing it. Is this fine? Okay, that's fine. Having that stuff like definitely helps. The times where I go in and have no idea and I just go into Cinema 4D freaking raw, it definitely takes a lot longer, and I end up kind of falling into like stuff that I feel like I've really done a million times and beat the fuck to death. So it does help having some sort of like inspiration about going before actually starting or whatever.
Do you ever build on top of previous work?
So, do I ever build on top of previous work? Not really. Kind of. So, every day I start from a blank canvas. Like, open it up, new, and start building from there. What I've done since hitting 10 years, before 10 years, I would never use any other 3D models that were like sort of pre-made or like even that I had made in the past. It was all done 100% everything modeled that day up until May of this year. Since then, I've wanted to sort of explore more narrative and more like complex scenes that I couldn't do if I was modeling every single fucking tree, branch, twig, whatever. So since then, I've been kind of like using anything. Like I will, get models off of Adobe stock, or or other places. There's a lot of places. But yeah, Adobe stock. So I think, you from then since I've used like a bunch of different assets. So is it 100% from scratch? Like when you see something, did I model every single thing? No, but it's the composition, the pieces from scratch. I never just open up one from 3 days ago, turn the camera, change the fucking hue, and press render. Like it's all at least.
Question up top. Hi, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
This is something I would love for you to talk about, which I'm surprised no one has asked, which is, we live in a time where people are making images and they're saying, this is mine, and you post it on Instagram, and then somebody else retweets it, and then they yell that, they didn't get credit.
Sure.
And here's you, who gives shit away, and you don't yell at people when they take it, and, really anyone can take your stuff.
Sure.
The first question is why?
Sure.
And second question is, a lot of people in this audience are wondering, how the fuck does this guy make money?
Okay. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. Just for this, everybody. Just for this. So why I give stuff away? It's funny you would ask that because I don't know if some of you young kids remember here, but he had a site, PlayStation, where he gave away a bunch of Flash project files. And to be honest, I'm sure subconsciously, you being one of the people that when I was coming up, definitely hugely looked up to, I'm sure that was probably part of the reason. That it was I don't know, you fucking give shit away.
I know the reason.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I know the fucking reason I did it. Yeah, no, okay, so he knows it. So anyway, yeah, I think it's, it's the project files, giving shit like that away. To me, that doesn't really seem like I've used those project files. I'm never gonna fucking go back to them. So if people can get something out of them, awesome, and it helps build exposure for me too. So I think it's something that I wish more people would do, just because these things, it helps you move on too. That it's I'm not gonna go back to that technique because I've given that out. Everybody can do that technique now. Everybody has that, so it helps me sort of move forward too. And in terms of not getting butthurt about people taking your work or reposting your work, somebody blogged a picture, some blah blah blah. It definitely is people just take shit on the internet. Everybody just takes shit now and again and just fucking posts it, and they don't credit this. It's not worth your time or energy. I can assure you, unless it's something where you can very easily make money from that person. If it's just a nasty note and they're not fucking making money off of it, it's not worth your time to fucking be fuck you, take this down. It might bother you, and if it does bother you and you don't want your work to be sort of represented like that, that's fine. But if you, I don't know, it's really time consuming to go after every person like that. So it's just once I put it out, I just assume anybody's gonna fucking do whatever the fuck they want with it, and it's none of my business. I've got other shit to do. You can do whatever the fuck you want. So the way I've been able to make money is by giving shit out and saying you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I think that has, given me exposure. So I think it's allowed clients to sort of come in and get, custom work. The BJ clips, a lot of, people came to me and were we saw the free clips and it that was good, but we want some custom stuff. So I think it's been, a huge advertising tool to get me other work. So I think, that's kind of how I make money, is just freelance, just like anybody else. I don't even have a reel on my site. So the only way I've gotten work is through personal work. So I think that's another huge benefit of doing everydays, because a lot of times clients, I mean, you guys know, they like, you have a great idea, and it's like, let's have this be blue, or we'll put a fucking bunny in it or some shit, like, what's his face he's talking to you. But yeah, so I think the personal work that you do is probably, for the most part, going to look better than a decent amount of the like client work that you do. So I think that's another, great sort of marketing tool for you as a person.